for more information. So we have a theme. We always have to have a theme as we are right in the heart of Dallas Cowboys season here. Usually we're probably about, game number 4 for the Cowboys season right now. Well, Jerry Jones over the weekend had this to say about the Dallas Cowboys coming up this offseason.
Well, that's 2 questions. Do I see me ending up spending more money than maybe if you put a perfect picture together that the guy that's back there looking at the account would say we don't have any or don't have enough? I could see me being aggressive. I could see us being aggressive in free agency. And by the very virtue of having 2 number ones, we're going to spend more money in the draft than normally you would spend, even though we don't have a 2. Everybody knows those 2 ones are dramatically different than a 2 financially. So we'll spend money.
Hey, big spender, right? That's some song, right? Isn't it something like that? Some Broadway song, I think. What are you laughing at me?
I don't know that. Let me look at it.
Hey, big spender, right?
Yeah,
so it's the Hey, big spender version of the Dallas Cowboys. So we've gone from all in to big spenders. All right. All in, we're still waiting for all in includes trading your best player. So that motto didn't work.
They're really making us wait for the punchline with that all in, ain't they?
Do we believe in the big spenders, the Dallas Cowboys? So technically he's right. He could say, of course we're spending more because we have 2 firsts because we traded Micah, and that as a result, we're going to have more money into the draft this year. Do you buy that the Dallas Cowboys are going to spend more? They're going to restructure some of these contracts to give them cap space, and do you think it's going to matter?
Well, we'll know sooner rather than later because at the start of the new league year, the start of free agency, if the Dallas Cowboys haven't locked up George Pickens, then chances are they're probably not going to be big spenders because they're not going to have the cap space in order to do it. Now, they're going to restructure a lot of the top contracts that they have to create the room that they need, and they can do that unilaterally without the player signing off on it. But they've still got to contend with the $27 million cap hold that is George Pickens' franchise tag. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to maintain that throughout the offseason and still go out and be competitive with some of the top-tier free agents. So, yeah, if the Dallas Cowboys are going to be serious about supplementing this roster in the expensive part of free agency, which is in the middle of March, then you're talking about them putting the George Pickens contract to bed before we get to free agency.
I think the most important word you just said is serious. Are they going to be serious about this? Are they going to be serious about putting their foot on the gas and acting with a sense of urgency and doing everything that they can this offseason to improve their football team? You said at the beginning of the show, Seth Rollins can't trust anything he says. Why? Because it's for entertainment. He's saying what he needs to say for us to buy in so that ultimately we can be entertained,
and
right?
Boy, is he good at that.
And boy, is he good at that. Guess who's better? Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones better at sports entertainment than Seth Rollins.
He's been doing it much longer, and he's been doing it at the highest of levels. He is at the center of the ring in the circus. We said it last year. He's the ringmaster. So is this really his intention, or is this him saying, in an entertainment way, pay attention to us. We're going to be big spenders, so that any conversation that we have around free agency, we're like, well, guess what? Jerry Jones said they're going to be big spenders. Should we attach the Cowboys to XYZ deal? Is this their true intentions, or is this Jerry just stirring it up so we talk about him? I can never decipher.
Who is there to spend on of significance for them? Like, who are we even talking about? I've been told by everyone this is not the greatest free agent class. Mm-hmm. So who are they spending on exactly? Is this going to be a team that gets involved in making an offer for Max Crosby and making an offer for Myles Garrett? This is not like we're sitting there and we're saying that some great player, like Myles Garrett is not a free agent, right? This is not Reggie White back in the day, may rest in peace, where it was this great free agent you could spend on. I believe most people, in terms of the free agent rankings, have the guy on their team as the number 1 free agent in George Pickens, or potential free agent. Now, if Trent Williams is made available, that's different. The offensive lineman for the Niners, I would take him over everybody.
Yeah.
So who are they spending on exactly?
Well, they need outside linebackers. They're converting to a 34, and they don't really have those types of players. So do they get involved with a guy like Khalil Mack that's been ultra productive and that's done it across several stops in the NFL? To me, that makes a ton of sense. That ain't going to be cheap.
No.
So, I mean, like, those are the types of things that you have to think about.
So are they a win? Wait, before you go any further, your first thought was, do they get in on Khalil Mack? Khalil Mack is in the latter half of the prime of his career.
No doubt.
Are they a win now team?
The Dallas Cowboys? Mm-hmm. They should be viewing themselves as a win now team. Absolutely.
Okay, so is there a reason to use the 2 first-rounders then?
I mean, listen, you can't pay everybody on your team top dollar.
So then that would be where you use the
first rounders make sense because you get premium talent at controlled cost. So I ain't in the business of giving away my first round draft picks just to give me the right to pay top of the market prices on premium talent. My job, and if you trust Will McClay to do his job, and there's no reason that you shouldn't, he can identify players in the draft that can help you win sooner rather than later. So, no, I'm not giving away those first-round draft picks to another team to bring over somebody that's more of a proven commodity. I'll let my front office and my talent, my scouting department, take care of the heavy lifting, but there's still opportunities to supplement in free agency, and that's where I think the Dallas Cowboys should deviate from what they've done in years past and be aggressive.
Would a Trey Hendrickson be off the table for you?
I don't know that he's necessarily a fit for a 34 team. Like, I mean, Trey Hendrickson is a damn good pass rusher. He's going to be a double-digit sack guy if he plays in all the games. But I need somebody that can be a 3-down player. If our base is an odd front, I don't feel great about Trey Hendrickson being that guy.
Yeah, he's a hand on the ground.
He's a hand in the ground guy.
Yeah. But conceptually, that would be being a big spender, right? It's okay, this guy's available. See, the big spender to me is by way of trade, potentially, as much as anything else. But at least we have a theme, the big spenders, right? We're still all in. All in has been removing everybody off of their team. Based on that with the Dallas Cowboys, big spenders would be everybody getting pay cuts, I guess, based on the opposite effect with the Dallas Cowboys. All right, coming up, they tanked for a guy who may actually cost them their future. We'll get to that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by
And I'm just pointing out the fact that if the Jets are insistent on getting a quarterback in this draft, they have all the ammunition they would ever need. They can offer, right now today, the Raiders 6 first-round draft picks. And guess what? On draft day, they can offer them 7 because you can trade draft picks up until 4 years into the future on the day of the draft. So I'm just saying, if the Jets want to get crazy here, they can offer a lot of first-round draft picks. And at some point, whether it's 3 first-rounders, 4 first-rounders, 5 first-rounders over the next 3 or 4 years, at some point, the Raiders have to say yes.
Okay, there's a couple of, I have a bunch of follow-ups. Number one, to answer your question about do you have confidence in the Raiders' infrastructure to develop Mendoza, my answer is yes if they keep Geno Smith. And what I mean by that is you don't have to play him right away just because you draft him right away.
Sure.
Right? So keep Geno, play Geno until it's obvious that Mendoza should play. And by the way, if that happens a year from now, so be it. That's point number one. Point number two, for clarification purposes, how many first rounders are you saying the Jets should give up?
Today it could...
No, not how many can they. How many should they?
4.
4 first rounders?
Yes.
Okay, and they can give up as many as 6. If you're the New York Jets and you're saying what I said last year about the Steelers, buy your way out of purgatory, okay? What you're saying about the Jets is finally buy your way out.
It's what you did.
But I'm not starting with Mendoza. I'm starting with the Bengals.
You're starting with a veteran quarterback. Yeah.
I need to know, are the Cincinnati Bengals going to say no if I offer them 6 first rounders for Joe Burrow?
Is Joe Burrow going to say no too, though, because he's got a no trade clause?
I need to know all of that.
But you got to try, right?
And then if I'm the New York Jets, because everything leaks, if I'm the New York Jets, I'm making sure that leaks. I want that to leak. I'm as soon as they say no, I'm calling Schefter and I'm saying, just so you know, we just called the Bengals. We offered 6 first rounders for Burrow. They said no. Because now what I'm doing is I'm creating all the drama. And people are going to call Cincinnati. And none of them can offer what I can offer. Then I'm getting in Joe Burrow's head. Should I